It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Hey, MBN Nation, this is the kid. I want to talk to you guys real quickly about my take of what's going on with Superman right now, with as it pertains to James Gunn. Superman 2025 comes out in a couple months. So what's going on right now is that everything that this movie. Here's the thing: for the most part, the general public's excited. It's the number one Warner Brothers trailer view in terms of views in their history. The sneak peek came out last week in CinemaCon. Irrespective of what people are saying, whether it's divided or not, more people liked it than not. And I'm saying this not as a James Gunn fanboy. I like James Gunn, but I don't love James Gunn. But I do love Superman, and I feel like it's a lot of division going on as it pertains to there's a small fraction online that is trying to do their best. Whether you're James Gunn fan or not, they're trying to do the best to sabotage this film and review bomb it. And I saw numerous YouTube guys just over exaggerate their emotions against what happened with crypto or the robots or anything. For example, the whole issue with Superman and the sun, whether it affects. He was yelling at the end of the sneak peek, and so a lot of people were saying, "How could Superman yell?" Even though we've seen that in numerous films. Clearly, he's not yelling. This is just obviously speculation. He's not yelling based on the sun. He's yelling based on the injuries that he's healing as a result of the robots assisting him. Anybody who have their bones and the severity of the injuries that he had would suffer pain. So this is the idea that Superman can't feel pain is ridiculous. In the comics, cartoons, all that stuff, it's unfortunately what's going on. And also is it's a lot of mockery, right? Like the shorts. The levity, the idea that it's fun, it's friendly, it's light. James Gunn's not going to hit 100 in this movie. He's not going to bat 100. He doesn't need to bat 100. What he needs to do is do what the Minecraft did. Minecraft did over $300 million in the box office this past weekend. Superman was attached to that, and I think it was a PR perfect move, right? To have the dog and little kids and all that stuff to get people excited. And I just think that unfortunately this movie, so many people on social media, because we don't know the general public yet into the ticket sales and all that stuff, they want this film, the small toxicity of fans want this film to fail, and it just doesn't make sense. If you're a Superman fan, you could like different types of Superman. We don't do that with Spider-Man. We don't do that with Batman. We don't do that with any other character. And I just feel like we've only done that recently, and we've done that predicated on the last 12 years since Men of Steel came out. And Men of Steel for me is I was able to watch the film early when it came out, and I remember feeling dramatically disappointed because I didn't agree with a lot of the narratives of what Cal did in that movie, and also Paul Can, the way he died and that stuff. It just wasn't for me. But if you liked it, great. For me, this feels like a light Christopher Reeves version that we're going to get. It was called Legacy for a reason. It's bringing a lot of incarnations, a lot of source material, and a lot of tidbits of what Superman's history is. And there's also a lot of disdain for not getting past what was with Henry Cavill and Snyder and all that stuff. And you can't like both. We don't live in a world where you have to choose one or the other. You can't like both. David Cornsell was my fan favorite to get the role, so I am over the moon for him. I like Rachel Brosnahan. Nicholas Holt's all right. I'm not a blind James Gunn fan to go and say this movie's going to be an A. Again, it needs to make money, and it needs to make people feel like Superman is cool, like Superman is friendly, like you could hug him, he could be there for you. And we haven't gotten that in over 20 years. It's Brandon Routh. Even Brandon Routh, you can make the argument. He was just trying to copy and paste Christopher Reeves. Here, I think he's doing a great job with the sci-fi. He's doing a great job with the old school 50s, 60s super version of Superman while also having all-star Superman vibes. And we'll see what happens with the film. But I just think it's a travesty when it pertains to what's happening with Superman. And I just think that we need to give it a chance. If the movie's horrible, it's horrible. I'll be the first one here as a DC fan to criticize it. But so many people, the irony of a small fraction, even the media, I saw several people just look for something and find anything they can to bash this film. We haven't seen anything. The rumors are that the official trailer, because that was the teaser in December, comes out in Superman Day, which is next week, ahead of the Sinners film with Michael B. Jordan. The marketing is great. The summer of Superman is here. We can give it a chance. We need to unite, and if it sucks, it sucks. But at least we could go and say, you know what, we give it a chance. Great, it didn't work. But to go there with just a narrow mindset already, it hurts the brand. And remember, we're Superman fans. So if you didn't like one incarnation, there's 80 years of Superman. But we support the character. Even Henry Cavill did. I'm not the biggest Henry Cavill fan, and he said it. Superman's going to outlive everybody. We don't know if David Cornstarr is going to be the greatest Superman in history, but let's give him a chance that Henry Cavill got, that Brandon Routh got, that Chris Reeve got, that George Reeves got, Dean Cain, and etc. Especially the Lois and Clark one. Tyler, I forgot his last name. Great Superman. I hope that there could be, just like Superman, hope that what he in this film, what James Gunn brings to this film, in this movie, could get DC out of a rut that they've been in the last 10, 15 years. With the exception of a few films in the last 10, 15 years. Which leads me to my last thing is Chris Nolan inadvertently, his success is actually a downfall of DC because everything needs to be dark and gloomy and all that stuff. And that's just not good. That's Batman. That's not Superman. It's the opposite. And hopefully we see that with James Gunn in 2025, and hopefully we'll finally give it a chance. Thanks, guys.